Here we are. We've gone live. This is Jacques coming to you from sunny Naples, Florida. My bride Sonia and I bring you tips on healthy, active aging so you can feel younger longer. We also help busy people wishing to pursue a side hustle online. Today, we're not going to keep you too long. The question is, discover the fears in your life affecting your freedom. Fear is a part of life, and some fear is helpful. I mean, seriously, if you're afraid to stick your hand into a fire or jump off a cliff, that's a good thing. If you weren't afraid of anything, you wouldn't live too long. However, most fears are crippling and influence your decisions in negative ways. Example, imagine you're walking through the woods and get a thorn in your arm. You would likely remove it and go about your life with little thought of that mild injury. But imagine if you didn't deal with it, eventually that thorn would affect many of your decisions. It would become infected and sore. You would be careful not to bump into anything. You'd avoid most sports. You'd protect yourself anytime someone walked too close. Eventually, you might even develop a special cover to tape over it. Then you must worry about finding clothes that fit over the tape. You couldn't swim because the tape might come off. It would affect your sleeping position, and on and on and on. Fears are the same way. A fear of talking to strangers affects the decisions you make in your social life and career. We avoid all types of things to ensure we don't stir up the negative emotions caused by our fears. The more fears you have, the less freedom you enjoy. Tonight, I bring you 5 techniques to transcend your fears and claim the level of freedom you deserve. Hey, Judy, good to see you. So, number 1, become more aware. There's a big world out there with a variety of perspectives. You might not be the best perspective. You might believe that a fear of public speaking is totally normal and justified. But is it? What's the worst thing that could happen if you make a mistake? No one's going to stone you. Look at all your fears and make a list of them. Decide which are causing your life the most grief. Which fears do you spend the most time working around? And which are the most limiting? Determine why you're afraid. What are the possible consequences that cause you to be afraid? Deal with your fears a little at a time. For example, the public speaking one. You're afraid of public speaking. Try giving a speech to your child or your nephew or your niece. Then try giving it to all 3 of them. Build up your tolerance until you can speak to thousands. Use a journal. Writing can often be more helpful than thinking. We take things we write a bit more seriously than our self-talk. You talk to yourself constantly throughout the day. What will one more thought accomplish? Use a journal to record your thoughts, fears, and your progress. And number 5, develop a new understanding of failure. Many of the silly fears we have are related to a fear of failure. Ask yourself, what can happen if you fail? Failure can be a great thing if you learn from it and you apply it to your life. Imagine a life without any irrational fears. What would you do if you weren't afraid of failing? You can measure your personal freedom by the number of fears you possess. Everyone develops fears as a natural consequence of living. You have a choice. You don't have to keep your fears. Spend some time each day dealing with your fears and reclaim your life. Did you find this helpful so far? Do you have a friend or friends who would benefit from what you heard here today? Go ahead and share this information with them. Share button right down there. And Sonia and I are giving away something this evening. It's an ebook called Fight Your Fears, 10 Proven Techniques for Overcoming Worry and Anxiety. If you'd like a copy of that, it'll be in PDF form. Just message me and we'll get that out to you. So, I want to thank you all for stopping by. And we got to scoot here. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.